What's up, Ant City, and welcome back to another Sparking Zero video. If you've been keeping up with the channel lately, I've been making multiple videos about stuff that I want to see get added to the game. So I have a whole Twitter thread here that we're going through just by the category. So the next thing in this video is going to be transformation. So let's just go ahead. So the first transformation I'd like to see in the game is Super Kaioken. If you check out the costume videos, I did talk about one way that I think they could implement it there, but if they don't add it that way, then just adding it as a transformation would be cool. I feel like the way I talked about in that video would probably be the most likely way, though. And if you want to check it out, it is the very first costume I talk about in that video. So if you want to just go check the beginning of that video real quick, go for it. But I think Super Kaioken would be really cool. Then next, I've got the giant form for Piccolo. This one I just think would be cool. I mean, technically, at the time I made this tweet, we didn't have it, but giant orange Piccolo is in the game. So technically we do have Giant Piccolo now, but I meant for his regular form. To be fair, maybe Piccolo Jr. will be added as his own character at some point and get that. Because technically after OG Dragon Ball, Piccolo doesn't use this form until Super Hero. So potentially they're just saving it for that, for when, they add Piccolo Jr. That is possible. So we'll see about that, but yeah. So the next one here is Great Apes in general, because I've noticed that a lot of characters in this game don't have Great Ape, even though they did in previous games. Like, for example, Kid Gohan, Kid Goku, and Bardock are three that I come to mind, don't have Great Ape at all. And I feel like they should, especially because Bardock doesn't have any transformations. So I think Great Ape for him would make sense. Same thing with like Kid Gohan. Now, I feel like part of why they did this, though, is they might not want to overload the game with giants, which that I could kind of understand, actually. But I don't know, maybe give it to at least Kid Goku, because that was like a pretty major moment in Dragon Ball, you know, when Goku first goes Great Ape and stuff like that, or like when he fights Jackie at the tournament. Like, those are some pretty major moments, so maybe at least do those ones, but I don't know if they would. Like, especially because like Xenoverse, for example, did like Great Ape Nappa, for example, and then like Heroes and Dokkan and stuff have Great Ape Raditz. I think they'd be cool to see, but at the same time, I could understand if they don't want to overload the game with giants. So I feel like if they do this, they did add all these Great Apes, they need to add like some sort of mode for online that bans giants or like bans Great Apes specifically. I don't know. They'd have to do something, because I can understand if they don't want to add like 50 Great Apes to the game. You know, that's a lot of giants, but yeah. Next one I've got here is Super Saiyan Bardock, which is honestly one that I'm surprised wasn't added in the base game. So one thing we do know is that Sparking Zero, like the designs and everything, are based on the Broly movie. So I'm gonna assume that's why they didn't add Super Saiyan. But honestly, I think it'd be sick to add, because I know technically it's Z Bardock's design that uses Super Saiyan, like you can see in the screenshots I have here. But honestly, like Sparking Zero should have more customization anyway. So just let us use the DBS Broly design with Super Saiyan. I think that would look really cool, actually. So again, I'm just surprised this one wasn't added, because like Super Saiyan Bardock, ever since he was introduced, has been in pretty much every game. I can't think of like any game after his inclusion, because even like Xenoverse has him go all the way up to Super Saiyan 3. That's different though, because that's like like hero stuff. But like, I'm just surprised they just completely skipped over that here, so I would like to see that. The next one I have here is giant mode for Bergamo. This is what I'm surprised they didn't do, because Bergamo's like big thing was that he could transform into a giant. To be fair, he doesn't during the Tournament of Power, but we know that it's possible that he can do this. So again, though, this would be the same thing as like the Great Apes, where maybe they just don't want to add too many giants. I could maybe see that being why, but I don't know. I just think adding his giant form would be cool, and then maybe even like having like a skill that does, because canonically the more Bergamo gets hit, the stronger he gets. So like adding some sort of skill for that would be cool, but I don't know. It's just weird to me that they added Bergamo and it's just not his forms at all. Now this next one feels like one I shouldn't even have to mention, but Super Saiyan 2 for DBS Trunks. This one's peculiar to me, because it's not like this is like, oh, Trunks only does this in the manga or something like that. No, Trunks uses Super Saiyan 2 in both the anime and the manga, so I don't understand why they just didn't add it. Because like he can go Super Saiyan in the game, but just not 2 for no apparent reason. Like, I know the Super Saiyan we have is, I think, technically supposed to be Rage, like Super Saiyan Rage, but in the game it is just called Super Saiyan. So like, why not add Super Saiyan 2 also? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. It feels wrong, that it's not a thing. So Now this one here, I don't know how likely this one would be, but Super Saiyan, regular Super Saiyan on Goku Black. So he does do this in the manga, right? And we know that they can use certain things from the manga, like Goku Black base form in Sparking Zero, for example, has, I think the move's called Black Bind. That is from the manga. So we know they can pull certain things from the manga. But the reason I don't think this one is likely is because I don't think a single game has acknowledged this form. I don't think even Heroes had this. So it makes me feel like they just don't care to add it, which I guess is fair because they have Rose. I personally just think it would be cool to get regular Super Saiyan on Goku Black. I don't know. See, whenever this came to the colored manga specifically, I just really like the way it looks. I don't know what it is, but just regular Super Saiyan with like the Goku Black outfit and stuff. Like, I don't know. I just think it looks really cool. So I'd want to see this in the game. But again, I don't know how likely this one actually is. This next one here, I have Great Saiyaman 2 or Saiyawoman for Videl. The reason I have this here with transformations is because Great Saiyaman, regular Great Saiyaman for Gohan, is considered a transformation. It's not just a costume. So I think that they should do the same here for Videl, especially because Great Saiyaman's ultimate attack, he does call in Videl for it. But I think it would be cool if it had Great Saiyaman 2, but I don't think they would change the entire move to not have Videl at all anymore. But they could make it work where, like, so certain characters in the game, if you have, like for example, I have 17 and 18. So if you do 17's ult where he calls in 18, but you have 18 in, like right here, I have her in the DBS outfit, she will stay in that outfit during the scene. So depending on what you customize your character to have, it could do that. So maybe if you have like Saiyaman 2 picked on the team, it'll change Saiyaman's ult to have Saiyaman 2 or something like that, you know? I just think that would be really cool. And, you know, gives Videl something else. And it's, again, surprises me that they don't have Saiyaman 2 in the game already, but yeah. But yeah, that's it for this video. This one, Transformations, is probably going to be one of the shorter ones, because I think overall, most of the transformations you would want are in the game. It's just like a select few. So this video is probably going to be a lot shorter than some of the other ones we've done so far, but that's okay. But yeah, let me know if there's any transformations that you think I miss, any major ones that you think, hey, how'd you not think about this, you know? So let me know. Or even just minor ones, like me, I wanted like Super Kaioken, so if there's any like minor ones that you would just think would be cool to see, just let me know. But yeah, till next time though, I'll see you all later, and peace! Have a good day or night, y'all.